If you're over 60, every bite you take, every so-called healthy habit, can either heal your heart or slowly destroy it. We've all been told to eat more vegetables. Greens are good for you, right? But what if I told you that some of the vegetables you eat every single day might be silently increasing your blood pressure, interfering with your medications, or even stressing your aging heart? I know it sounds hard to believe, but as a heart doctor, I've seen this again and again in seniors who thought they were doing everything right. They avoid fried food, they cut out sugar, they eat their greens, and yet they walk into my clinic with early signs of heart failure, irregular heartbeat, or dangerously high blood pressure. So no, this video is not anti-vegetable. But if you're over 60, it's time to understand the right way to eat them, and which ones may be quietly hurting you. Let me walk you through 5 common vegetables that can pose serious risks to seniors, and what you can do to protect your heart. Stay with me, because the very first vegetable on this list is probably sitting in your fridge right now. Your heart has been working for decades, beating, pumping, adapting, but just like your joints or your eyesight, your heart changes with age. What worked for your body in your 30s or 40s may not work anymore, especially when it comes to food. As we grow older, our metabolism slows down, and our liver and kidneys process nutrients more slowly. That means certain foods, even healthy ones, can stick around longer in your system and affect your heart in ways they didn't before. Your blood vessels may stiffen. Your blood pressure may rise more easily. And most importantly, many seniors take medications for heart rhythm, blood thinning, or pressure control. And those medications can interact with certain vegetables. Yes, vegetables like spinach, kale, or beets can interfere with medicines like warfarin, or raise potassium to unsafe levels if you have kidney issues. That doesn't mean these vegetables are bad, but it does mean that your diet needs to evolve, just like your body has. Now that you understand why this matters, let me show you the first vegetable that might be harming your heart without you even realizing it. Vegetable number 1, spinach. Spinach, it's considered one of the healthiest greens on the planet. It's rich in iron, folate, and antioxidants. So how could it possibly hurt your heart? Here's how. Spinach is very high in vitamin K, a nutrient that helps your blood clot. But if you're taking blood thinners like warfarin, which many seniors do to prevent heart attacks or strokes, eating too much spinach can reduce your medication's effectiveness. Your blood may clot faster than it should, quietly increasing your risk of a stroke or heart blockage. And here's the tricky part. Most people don't even know this interaction exists. Many of my senior patients drink green smoothies every morning, packed with raw spinach, thinking it's keeping them healthy, but in reality, they're unintentionally canceling out their medication's power. Spinach is not a villain, but if you're on medication, you need to eat it consistently and in moderation, not in spikes. And always tell your doctor you're eating it regularly. Instead, you can switch to heart-safe leafy alternatives like lettuce, arugula, or bok choy, which are lower in vitamin K and still provide excellent nutrients. Let's move on to vegetable number 2, a root that hides a silent risk for seniors with high blood pressure. Vegetable number 2, beets. Beets, deep red, earthy, and packed with natural nitrates. They're often promoted as a heart-healthy superfood, and yes, for many people, they can help improve blood flow and reduce blood pressure. But for seniors, they're not always safe. Beets are extremely high in natural nitrates, which can interact with certain blood pressure medications, especially in older adults with pre-existing heart or kidney conditions. In some cases, this combo can cause blood pressure to drop too low, leading to dizziness, fainting, or even heart rhythm problems. What's worse, beets also contain oxalates, which can contribute to kidney stones, something many seniors are already prone to. One of my patients added beetroot juice to his morning routine for better circulation. But within days, he was lightheaded, weak, and ended up in the ER with low BP and a near fall. Beets are not evil, but they must be consumed in moderation, especially if you're already on BP meds. Prefer to eat them cooked, in small portions, and avoid drinking large amounts of beet juice unless your doctor approves it. Safer alternatives for circulation support include pomegranate juice, berries, and even light walking, all without the blood pressure crash risk. Coming up next, vegetable number 3. It's crunchy, colorful, and might be interfering with your medications without you even knowing it. Vegetable number 3, eggplant, bangan. Eggplant, also known as bangan, is a staple in many senior diets. It's tasty, affordable, and often seen in healthy curries, grilled dishes, and stews. But it belongs to a family of vegetables called nightshades, which may cause problems for some seniors. Nightshades contain a compound called solanine, which in sensitive individuals can trigger inflammation, joint pain, and in rare cases, even impact nerve signaling and heart rhythm. While this doesn't happen to everyone, many seniors already have arthritis, inflammation, or arrhythmias. And for them, excess eggplant, especially fried or heavily spiced, can make things worse. One senior patient of mine had been eating fried eggplant 3 to 4 times a week. He started experiencing palpitations and stomach cramps, which turned out to be linked to nightshade sensitivity. If you're noticing heart flutters, bloating, or joint stiffness, and eggplant is a regular part of your diet, it might be time to take a break and see how your body reacts. Try switching to zucchini, squash, or steamed pumpkin. Vegetables that are soothing, nutrient-rich, and less likely to cause inflammation. Let's move on now to vegetable number 4. It's often eaten raw, and may be carrying more than just crunch. Vegetable number 4, raw onions. Onions, raw, sharp, and packed with flavor. They're often considered a healthy add-on, tossed into salads, sprinkled on top of curries, or eaten with lemon and salt as a side dish. But for seniors, raw onions can be a hidden trigger for digestive distress and heart irregularities. Here's why. Onions contain natural sulfur compounds that can cause acid reflux in sensitive stomachs, and acid reflux can sometimes mimic or even trigger chest discomfort, shortness of breath, or irregular heartbeat. For seniors with hiatal hernia, GERD, or heart palpitations, eating raw onions can amplify symptoms. In addition, onions may thin the blood slightly, which, when combined with anticoagulant medications, might increase bleeding risk, especially if consumed in large quantities daily. One of my older patients thought she was doing something good by adding raw onion to every salad. But her increasing chest burning and fluttering sensation turned out to be related to excessive sulfuric acid triggers from raw onion. The solution? Cook your onions. Cooking breaks down the sharp sulfur compounds and makes onions gentler on your stomach and still heart-healthy in moderation. You can also replace raw onions in salads with milder options like steamed leeks, grilled bell peppers, or even shredded cucumber. Now let's go to the final vegetable on our list, and it's one that may surprise even the most health-conscious seniors. Vegetable 5, raw sprouts. Raw sprouts, like alfalfa, mung bean, or radish sprouts, are often seen as a super clean health food. They're small, fresh, and packed with nutrients. But for seniors, they come with a hidden and very real risk. Raw sprouts are one of the most common sources of bacterial contamination, especially E. coli and Salmonella. That's because sprouts grow in warm, humid conditions, the exact kind that bacteria love. For a younger person, this might just mean an upset stomach. But for seniors with a weakened immune system, even a small infection can lead to serious complications, dehydration, heart stress, or even hospitalization. I had a 72-year-old patient who developed a high fever and heart palpitations after adding raw mung sprouts to his daily sandwich, a food he thought was clean and detoxifying. The solution? Don't eat sprouts raw. Lightly steaming or sautéing them kills harmful bacteria while preserving most of their nutrients. Or simply replace them with safe, crunchy alternatives like shredded carrots, thinly sliced cabbage, or lightly steamed broccoli. Raw doesn't always mean clean, and clean doesn't always mean safe. And now that you've seen all 5 risky Vegetables. Let's move into solutions. I'll show you what you should be eating to keep your heart strong and steady without fear. Heart-safe alternatives and meal tips. Now that we've covered the 5 vegetables you should be cautious with, let's talk about what you can eat safely, happily, and with full confidence. These foods are heart-safe, easy to digest, and won't interfere with most medications. They're not just good for your body, they're good for your peace of mind. Lettuce, arugula, and bok choy, mild greens, low in vitamin K, great for salads and smoothies. Zucchini, pumpkin, and yellow squash, gentle on the stomach and inflammation-friendly. Steamed broccoli and carrots, nutrient-dense, no raw bacteria, and great with olive oil. Pomegranate, blueberries, and apples, excellent for circulation, naturally lower blood pressure, and packed with antioxidants. Light garlic and cooked onion. When cooked, these flavor boosters become easier to digest and safer for heart patients. You don't need to follow a complicated diet. You just need to understand your body and eat in a way that supports the stage of life you're in now. Choose cooked over raw. Choose moderation over excess. And always listen to your symptoms. Add movement. Stay hydrated. Keep your meals simple. And remember, eating healthy doesn't mean eating fearfully. It means eating smart. In the final chapter, I'll share a short message from the heart. To your heart. You care about your heart. You care about staying healthy, strong, and independent. And most importantly, you're willing to learn. These 5 vegetables we discussed aren't your enemies. But for seniors, especially those on medications, or managing chronic conditions, even healthy foods require a smarter approach. Now you know what to avoid and what to embrace. You know how to listen to your body and how to support it with better choices. So here's my final advice as your doctor on screen, and hopefully your friend. Keep things simple. Keep your meals warm, gentle, and balanced. And most of all, keep loving your heart the way it has loved you for 60+ years. If this video helped you, type yes in the comments. Hit subscribe for weekly heart-smart videos made just for seniors. And don't keep this information to yourself. Share it with someone you love, because knowledge is power. But shared knowledge, that saves lives. I'm Dr. Khan, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay strong, stay safe, stay kind to your heart.